Hello, bonjour and good day, and welcome back to the House of Freeman. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Revolution X The Grinch collection. I've got 3 items to show you today: the eyeshadow palette here, the lip kit that comes with a lip liner and liquid lipstick, and the eyeliner. These all look wonderful. I mean, I was drawn towards the fact that it is a furry texture for the palette. That was something I've not seen before. I know it's going to get disgusting when we actually have had a little bit of use out of this palette, but you know, it's something I've not seen before, so it's quite exciting. I've also got a lime green wig that I have put into rollers and I've set her down. I think we can make something out of her. Bit of back combing and a wish and she should look all right. So if you're excited to see what these Revolution items can achieve for a drag look, then keep on watching. So starting off, let's look at the products. This is the Mean One eyeshadow palette. I shall insert some swatches here. This eyeshadow palette comes in some gorgeous packaging, very glitz, very glam. Have I actually put something useful like a knife here so that I can get into it? No, we're just gonna have to pull it apart. Oh, there you go, it's not that bad. So looking at the palette itself, it's so furry. Look at that. And then the back of it has got a lovely little illustration. The shade names I don't think are on the back of the palette. Oh, but they are on the inside. You get a lovely little, what's that say? Resting Grinch face, eyeshadow protector, and then this is the palette. Look at those gorgeous shades. Oh, that purple. And the one below it in the middle. Oh my God, I'm in love. It's such a nice color story, and it's something that actually genuinely interests me color wise. The mirror is really cute as well. You get little presents on the side. Oh, it looks so good. I think, how much was this? Let's have a look. It was £8 and I bought all of these from Superdrug. So I mean, £8 for that. That's pretty good. Next, let's look at the eyeliner. This is what the packaging looks like. This one is the Resting Grinch Face eyeliner. They actually did quite well with this collection. I'm quite surprised. Normally when they do a collection for Revolution nowadays, I don't actually end up picking it up because it doesn't interest me. But this one caught my eye mainly because of how furry stuff was. So if we open it up, it comes in this little look at it, it looks like a little tree. Let's take it out of the box. Let's put the boxes down by the side, and here is the eyeliner. It is so odd, it's so cool though. And here is the nib if you're interested, just a normal felt tip liner. It has got a ball in it as well to make sure that you can disperse the product properly. Ooh, and when you put it back in, it's kind of got like a springy bit until it clicks. How strange. I don't think I've ever had something like that before. It does shed a little bit when you first get the fibers out, but I mean, it's worth it for something like that. It's quite original. And finally, we have the lip kit. This is the Little Max lip kit. It's quite confusing when you look on the back of the packaging because it says, "I'm only talking to my dog today," but the actual name is the Little Max lip kit. I was so confused. There's so many times where I've read it and been like, that's a really long name for an item. Again, same story. Take it out, comes on this little cardboard tray. Come here. Chuck that back. Oh gosh, come on. There you go. Here is the pencil. As you can see, it says Revolution plus the Grinch. Just a green tip on the top. And then a cute little pencil. I like that. Does it have a name? I don't think it's got a name. What about the liquid lipstick? Nope, just a quite cheap packaging with a shiny red top. Does it smell at all? Ooh, it smells really sweet. I can't place the smell though. Oh my god, what do you call it? Oh my god, they're the little fizzy small things that come in a long tube. Oh my goodness, I think they're just called fizzes or something. I'll try and put a picture in somewhere over here, but that smells really, really good. Let's chuck the packaging on the floor. So there you go. These are the items we're going to use today. I am going to go away, put a wig cap on, block my brows out, and do the main part of my face. Well, we'll do from here upwards because we're going to be working with shadow, and I don't know if there's going to be any fallout from this. And then I shall come back. Right, now we look like a little potato. We can start doing the eyeshadow. So let me take the eyeshadow palette here. I'm gonna give you a little close up here. Look at how furry that is. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. Let's open it up and take a look at the shades again. So we have a good mixture of purples and greens. I love the fact that it's purples and greens. That is very much my color palette. I'm thinking we should go for a bit of the red on the outside corner, wing it up, and then go in and do a little cut crease with the greens that we've got over here, and then we can use the red on the lower lash line, and then the purple and the pink can be a little bit of an inner corner highlight. That's what I'm gunning for. We shall see if that actually comes out all right or not. So first of all, let me take quite a big fluffy brush. This is the NYX 16 brush. It's just a fluffy blender brush. I've washed all of these brushes. I've given them a little spritz so that we don't have anything on them, and I'm going to go into the middle shade there, Max, and I'm going to grab that on the brush. Wow. Initially it takes a fair amount of pigment and there's not been a lot of kickback in the pan, which is really nice to see. I'm going to use the mirror in it now. So let's have a look. We're going to place it on our crease and see what's going on here. Okay, not the most pigmented shade I have ever seen, but it's left a mark. So we're on our way, girls. Let me just etch out the shape that I want with this, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm going to grab a smaller brush now. This is the Luxie 121 mini tapered brush. It's quite cute. We are now going to go into Loathe Entirely, which is this green here. And we're going to try and pop that on the lid. These are not getting the most amount of kickback that I've ever seen in my life. It's really manageable, which I'm quite impressed with. And I mean, look at that pigment. That's really nice. Really nice. Let's see how it applies on the eye. We're just going to douse the lid in this. As you can see, there's a bit of fallout here in the inner corner. That is quite a lot. There was not as much fallout with the red shade in the middle, but this green seems to really drop it off. But we're getting a decent amount of pigment. It's not the best. It's covering my eyelid. I cannot see my skin tone through it, but it is a little bit chalky. I'm not gonna lie. Let's keep packing this over the top and see if we can blend the two a little bit, and I'll come right back. And there we go. This is as blended as I think I'm going to get it. The issue is not the blending of the shadows. The issue is when you're running your brush over it, it seems to just kind of fade away. And I have had that in the past with Revolution shadows. I mean, like, that's a cool look, but I think I'm gonna have to go in over the top of the red just to reinforce it. And I mean, that looks more like a purple in the palette, and then when you compare it to my eye, it looks like a cranberry shade. So the pigment isn't as strong as it is in the pan, but I mean, it's still giving you a decent look. And for £8 for an eyeshadow palette, a £9 eyeshadow palette, I mean, that's not that bad. But yes, I would say you're going to have to reapply these shadows on top of each other and layer up quite a bit to get the pigment that you'll want. And I would also recommend not doing the lower half of your face when you're going to use these eyeshadows, because there is so much fallout in that area. Speaking of that, I am going to have to get rid of that now. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, and hopefully the majority of it will just wipe away. I mean, yeah, good enough. Let's look at a shade for the brows now. I mean, I've used the darkest shade in the palette, but I am going to be having really neon green hair. So if we try and go for a bit of Mr. Grinch, which is this top one here, maybe if we go for that and see if we can blend it with Loathe Entirely across the top. I don't have high hopes, but let's see what's going on here, shall we? Can you even see that on the camera? I can just about see it in my mirror, but on that camera, it's a bit hard to see. There's the shape of the brow. Such a nice looking brow. Let's go into Loathe Entirely, this bottom one here, because I don't think that green in the top is gonna cut it. We might be able to use that in the inner corner when we come back, but for now, that's a lot better. I think we're gonna have to use the deeper shade to draw the brow on. Give it some actual definition on the face, because otherwise we're just going to be sitting here with what looks like if the Grinch had bleached his brows off. Does the Grinch have brows? I'm pretty sure he must do, because there's a whole thing about him furrowing his brows. Is there something on the packaging that will tell me? Oh, come here. Oh, let's check that back there. Yeah, he's definitely got brows. Look at him. Smug little boy. Right, let's go back to these brows. I'm gonna draw it and then I'll come back when it's done. Right, I've drawn it on. I do need to go underneath the brow and clean it up, but we'll do that once I've put on the rest of the eyeshadows. That'll be a finishing touch thing. I mean, overall, the pigment went down, but I did have to layer it up so many times. I mean, you can tell how much I've used because I've practically taken the emboss off of that shade right there. But I think overall, not a bad brow. I mean, look at that. I did use this Mr. Grinch shade here on the front of the brow. I don't think it's done much, but at the same time, I'm gonna try and do what I normally do with the brows, where I would do it quite dark towards the end and then lighter at the front. We'll just see how this works. Next, I think I'm going to grab the 530 Jazzercise shade, this one here. This one looks lovely, gal. It's a shimmer. Ooh, it's very crumbly when you start using it, as you can see by the swatch on my finger. But I'm going to chuck this all over the lid. Let's see if this adds a little bit of pizzazz. I mean, oh, straight away, that's a glitzy shade. As long as it stays on my lid where it's been put, then that is fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, the light here isn't really doing it justice. I mean, oh, that has really given me what I needed. Definitely. It's so foiled. So foiled. That's a really nice shade. It's very like crumbly. I would say almost a bit too buttery when you put your finger in it. But it does give the most incredible finish on the eye. Oh my goodness. That's so, so pretty. Let's see if we can just blend it up a little bit. Yeah, that's really gorge. They really did well with that shimmer. Oh, I mean, look at that. That looks so gorgeous. And the pigment on the finger when you've like used it a little bit is so stunning. It's almost got this like blue shift to the green. Oh, so, so lush. Look at that. You can really see the shimmer there. Oh, lush. I am going to take the blending brush again and go into Max, the purpley red berry shade. Just go over this bit and blend it. As I said earlier on, you're gonna need to keep reapplying this deeper shade because it sits on the skin and it just seems to fade. It's very strange. Oh wow. Yeah, I really like that. Really, really like that. Right, let me clean up the brow, replicate this on the other eye, and then I'll come right back and we can do the under part of the eye. I'm really impressed with that shimmer. Right, I've finished the other eye. They are quite similar. As you can see, I just need to clean up underneath the brows. And for that, I'm going to be taking my MAC 239S brush. It's just this little flat brush here. And I'm going to take some of the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. This is in the shade C0. It's just the white one. Let's chuck some of that on the back of my hands. And then grabbing our mirror in the palette. Ooh, lots of bumps. I'm going to grab that on the flat brush and just go underneath. And hopefully this white, yeah, it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to really define that green because the green isn't the most pigmented color in the world, but I do want it to have a proper separation between the red and the green shadow. Is that better? Yeah, look at that. gorgeous. I'm just gonna go along the edge with my finger just to give it its last little bit of blend. Let's grab a little bit of the Stargazer powder in white. Just take the same flat brush and just pop it over the top just to set the cream. Don't worry if you get some of the powder on the red, because we can just buff that out again. Let's clean the bottom of the face, put the skin on, and then we can go under the eyes with this palette. Right, now we have completed the bottom half of the face. We are going to go back into our palette and we're gonna grab, I'd say, a little bit of Hubilation, this one here, this little red, and we're going to use a Real Techniques smudge brush, just this little boy here. If we go into the color itself, it doesn't crumble like 530 Jazzercise. It just goes onto the brush and deposits a decent amount of pigment. Let's go under the eye with this and see what it does. Oh, already, look at that. Let's move you in a little closer. That's really nice. Now, doing this without poking yourself in the eye or making yourself cry is, I'd say, a skill. Oh, I am tearing up a little bit though. Oh, hold it in, hold it in. I mean, look at that colour. Is that not just gorgeous? Let's move it up a little bit here. Just pop it in the outer corner, just so that it has a chance to blend a little bit with what's going on up there. And there is no fallout from that one because it's such a nice glittery shade. Let's just boost it a little bit. Even in the waterline, it stays really nicely. Can you see? Oh, love. That's really nice. Look at that. Oh, a really nice pop of red. Do you know what would be really nice, now that I think of it? If you did this colour, the max colour, all over the lid, and then you pop this in the middle and had like a spotlight eye. That would look really gorgeous. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that shade. Let's grab a little bit of Mean Machine, this purple here, and I'm just gonna take my pinky because it looks, ooh, it's a bit gritty, but I mean, it does deposit the pigment very nicely onto the finger. Let's try and place this right on the inner corner and see what we get. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna need a little bit of cleaning up, but that is really nice. Yeah, I love that. Ooh. Yes, 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 yes. If I had a tiny little brush that would deposit this onto the eye, how I would like it to, I would use it, but I don't. I've got little pencil brushes, but they never seem to put it on enough that it gives it justice, you know what I'm saying? Right, that is cool. That's a really nice pop of colour. We do need to move it around a bit though, I do understand. I mean, like, look at that. That's such a pretty little colour. Let's grab a little bit of the concealer again and just try and fix this up. We'll grab the flat brush. Is that doing what I want it to do? Yeah, kinda. We'll need to blend it out a little bit, but that looks a lot better than the other side. And I mean, it's highlighting the inner corner again anyway. So it's giving you that extra boost. Always a cardinal sin to put creams on top of powders, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Now we've got a little bit of a base there. I can grab this brush, which is just a fluffier flat brush. It's just by Revolution, and I'll grab the lasting finish powder that we use from Rimmel and chuck that right into the inner corner and see if we can cover this and make it very muted. Yes, you see, look at that. Faith in the process. Bring it down a bit so that it blends in. But there you go, fixed. Love that. Love, love, love that. I'm really, really enjoying the Rimmel foundation powders as well. I've never got to try the MAC foundation powders, but if it's anything like this formula, then I'm so glad I found it in the Rimmel before I started using the MAC, because that's saving me probably a lot of money. Oh, is that not gorgeous? Look at that little pop of pink. Oh, I really like it. I really, really like this look. And thus concludes the look with the Grinch palette. I mean, look at that. Oh, we really seem to have turned it out with that. I really like this look. Look. Oh, so many different pops of colour and still staying within the theme. Let's grab the Grinch eyeliner and we'll see if this can compete with my L'Oreal liner that I like to use all the time. I've moved you in a little bit closer and I'm just going to draw the normal wing that I would with my hand resting on the desk, because I'm not exactly a steady hand. Okay, first swipe, very good. I mean, it's doing really well. That's a gorgeous eyeliner. Look at that. Very nice. I just need to clean the nib because it's got a bit of that glitter all over it. But you can't blame the eyeliner for that because the eyeshadow itself is the one that's making the problem. I mean, looking at that eyeliner, it's really good. It's really good. The only problem I'm getting is that this does shed an awful lot, and I'm not surprised because it's thin, tiny little fibers, but even just doing that, there are bits that are coming off and that could potentially get very annoying very quickly. I'm just gonna do the other eye and then I'll come back to you with my final thoughts on the eyeliner. Eyeliner is done, and I mean, look at that. It's very nice. I've not used a Revolution eyeliner in a long time and I'm pleasantly surprised. It's really black. It didn't skip at all. It just went onto the eye, and even dealing with the glitter on the eyelid, it still held its own, which is really good. This retails for £6, so if you're a fan of the Grinch and you want a decent enough eyeliner after a couple of uses, then this is the one to buy. I will carry on using it until I've run it out, and I'll come back to you and see if it holds up against the test of time, because sometimes when you open them and they've got the air in them, then they just dry out super quick and I can never use them again. So fingers crossed that this £6 little eyeliner stays with me and does me well. Let me just throw on some contour and some blush, a little bit of a highlight maybe, and then we can move on to the final item in this video, the Little Max Lip Kit. Right, the face is on. Look at her. Very pretty, very rosy. A little bit of blush. Let's go into the lip liner first. It's one of those really annoying plastic seals. I hate them so much. Can you imagine if I still had acrylics on and I was trying to get into this? Oh, I would have lost my mind already. Oh, come on, it's just so fiddly, and this is such thin plastic. In my opinion, there's pretty much no point putting it on. I get that you want things to be a little bit sterile. Ooh, look at that. That tip is very pointy. How odd. I get you want to make things sterile, but at the same time, it's not worth the hassle. Let's apply a nice lip. I can tell you from first impressions, I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's very scratchy, not very buttery. You really have to push it into your skin for it to deposit enough product, and I'm just not about that. I expect it's really scratchy. I expect my lip pencils to just deposit the product where I want them, and it's come with such a short nib. Can you see? It's oh no, look at that. It's so patchy. So far this is a no from me on the lip liner front. Oh, it's just not good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna stop using that. I don't like that at all. Let's hope the liquid lipstick is better than this, because my goodness, that was not a good experience. I mean, the doe foot on this is tiny. Look at that. It's so thin, so tiny. Let's see if we've got any pigment though. Oh, lovely. Let's hope it doesn't shear out. If you're not a fan of perfume, this is very perfumed, and you will be sitting there going, that's a lot. That's a really pretty colour as well. A really nice red. I mean, look at that. That's really gorge. And I mean, that was one application, so it is pigmented enough for me. Let's just boost it. Yeah, gorge. Really nice. What a mixed bag though. Like, the lip liner was not very good in my opinion, and then the lipstick is doing really well. My thoughts on the £6 lip kit, the Little Max lip kit. The lip liner, not pigmented, it skips, it is just not buttery, and then like giving you that much to start off with, not great. Never like ones that I have to sharpen that are in the plastic as well, so I'd give up on that. But the Grinch lipstick that you got going on here, this, oh, first of all, it smells gorgeous, and then second of all, look at it. It's really good. It's pigmented enough, it dries down to a nice demi-matte finish, I'd say, and it just makes the lips look really plump. There's no stickiness on anything that's dried, so I'm genuinely really happy with that. If you want to pay £6 for a liquid lipstick and then you're going to throw away half of it, I mean, that's up to you, but the lipstick itself, really, really good. I'm very happy with that. Let me put on some lashes and the look, and then I will give you my final thoughts on all 3 of the products. And here is the finished look. I teased the hair right up, gave her a beautiful little coif, and I really liked this curl here, so I've kept her. I trimmed the bangs a little bit, and that's about it. Let me just put on a little bit more of this lippy, because I do enjoy it, but it seems to have left my lips. So there's a little wear test for you. It stays on the majority of the lips just fine, but where your lips meet, it does disappear after a while. Let's go through the products that we've used today. Let's start off with the main person, the main thing of the show, the Revolution Grinch Mean One eyeshadow pressed pigment palette. I mean, look at her. The colours are gorgeous. This shade in the middle here, it does need to have a bit more pigment put into it, because that was 4 or 5 layers of the eyeshadow. It really didn't show up on the eye straight away, as you saw previously. The green shades that we've got going on here and here, those were actually really nice. This one was bright enough to lighten up the beginning part of my brows. This one, obviously you can see it's drawn the brow, and it was a basis for our shimmer. And then of course the stars of the show, 530, Jazzercise, Mean Machine and Hubilation. Oh, these stunning, absolutely stunning. If you want a little Revolution eyeshadow palette for the holidays, I mean, it's really cute. I would recommend this actually, and I mean this, I can't stop doing this. It's so nice, and it doesn't shed that much, and I mean, it's gonna be completely covered with crap if it stays in a makeup bag, but I mean, something that you'll just get out every now and again of the drawer and use these gorgeous shades. I mean, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. I mean, look at the material. Lovely. Next up is the eyeliner. This product was a really good product. I mean, look at the material. The eyeliner is stunning. It's really quite black. It doesn't skip or jump or anything. I mean, the nib was really nice. The packaging itself, it's fun, but every time I pick it up, it sheds little tiny bits of plastic, and I don't think that's going to be conducive in a makeup bag. It's going to annoy you after a while. So if you can get one of the Revolution eyeliners, but not a furry version, then I would recommend it if it's the same formula. If you can't replicate the formula, get this one, and then within a couple of weeks, all the fur will probably come off anyway. So yeah, I'd recommend that one. And then lastly, we have the, what was this called? Little Max lip kit. Now this lip liner, this one here, I mean, the packaging is cute, the nib, not the one at all. It won't even focus on it. Hello, there you go. Not the one. Hated it. This is going in the bin. I'm sick of it. I don't want to see it again. It skipped, it was scratchy, it didn't lay down the pigment properly. I'm not about it. However, the Revolution Grinch liquid lipstick that we have, fabulous. I mean, the colour is gorgeous. The longevity, I mean, it doesn't come off on my finger, which is really nice, and it smells really nice. I don't know how to describe it. It smells like, I think they were called refreshers. It kind of smells like that. Sugary, sweet, very Christmassy, very nice. If you can get this in a different packaging, same formula from Makeup Revolution, I would recommend it because they are, for the price, really quite good. So yeah, I'd recommend this. The liner is in the bin. I'm not doing it anymore. But there you go. That is the finished look. I got all 3 of these from Superdrug. I will leave the links down below. They had a little 3 for 2 when I was buying them, so watch out for that. That might be very useful. That's it. That's me done. As you can see, the hair is coiffed. The pom-poms are on. The little vintage green dress is lovely. Oh, and I think I'll do a little montage of the look for you. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay tuned.